Hey guys, I hope everyone is doing absolutely amazing. I am here to pull some cards for you, for you tonight, or throw them all over the place, whichever. This person is losing sleep. There may be a love child. There's some secrets. You've been going round and round with someone, learning lessons. Someone's triggered. Someone's over here thugging it out, pretending like they are not affected in any which way, shape, or form, but there's an awakening happening. There's a discovery in the truth. Ooh, GPS. I don't know if someone is following you. Someone is praying that it's not over. Praying that it's not over. With these two cards, they are going over memories that they've had with you, hoping that you are not out here with someone else. They're trying to look like they're thugging it out on the outside, but honestly, they really fear. They're hoping, praying, healing, and having faith that this is not over. It's those memories. They're worried, they're replaying events, they're thinking about you. I know what this, there's a secret in a love child. Could be a secret love child. They could be in some sort of a situation where they feel bound because someone got pregnant. Happens all the time. It's not going to be up for everybody, guys. That is just for some of you. Obviously, this is a general reading. If you'd like a personal reading, those are open. Either send me a DM or an email for more information. Happy to do those. Communication. You guys could not be in communication right at the moment. It kind of came out in reverse, and I was being called to say that right now you may not be in communication with one another, but it says to expect a message soon. They want to express how much they truly miss you. And how freaked out they are about the possibility of just you shutting things down forever. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe they had a chance and they messed that chance up. I don't know. Speak up. I'm not letting you go, and you will hear from me very soon. Don't give up on me. Look at this. 2 indications of communication right there. Let's see what else we got. Love triangle. Yeah, again, with this love child, love triangle, and secrets, there's another energy interfering with your connection. Competition. They may have put you in competition with someone, but listen, you don't compete where you don't compare. So there is actually no competition, because this person, they feel like this love spell came out again. They feel like you are bound together for whatever reason. My hair looks a little crazy. I just got in. Um, but with the love triangle also came out priority. You are no longer an option. I'm making you a priority. Actions match their words, right? This person knows that they have to speak up. They have to come in and give you an offer that they haven't in the past. Perhaps they made this third party an option. Like I said, maybe there was some, I don't know, pregnancy scares or what have you, and they felt obligated. Who knows? But they also could have just felt obligated to this other person. Whatever it was, it could be a parent. Dancing in love. I'm surrendering to the cadence of your soul and allowing us to dance in love. This person loves you. They definitely love you. A lot of love here, but they might head over heart. Their heart says yes, but the mind says no. They are in mental anguish behind this with this love triangle. They may have really just put you off and put you, like, you felt discarded, like totally discarded, because this person was like, nope, no. Okay, I don't want to take every card that comes off. They're fantasizing. They're fantasizing. I fantasize about our future together. Our home, our kids, vacations. I want it all. Good time. Focused on the present and enjoying each and every moment you make together. This person wants to spend time with you. They may see you having a good time, and others may be spending time with others. You know, telepathy. Do you hear me talking to you? You may hear this person in dreams, like nightly, or at least for, a few times in the recent past that you've just really heard this person, you know, you have telepathy. Do you hear me talking to you? I need you close to me right now. Please respond. This person may not be speaking to you in the 3D, but in the 5D, they're all over it. They're trying to communicate with you. It says you both made an agreement to focus on yourselves and then come back together as one. There could be, with this round and round cycles, triggers, and lessons, this person may have had to stay behind in a lower timeline so they could learn a few more things about themselves. It happens like that sometimes. It doesn't mean that one person's better than the other. It means that one person has lessons that they have yet to learn. You know, the lessons, we're here for karmic lessons. And once you learn them, if you've learned your lessons, then you can't go back down into that timeline. This person must learn their lessons on their own. They have to go in and they have to take the time out to, you know, do whatever it is that the divine wants them to do, or whatever the divine wants them to learn, before they can come towards you. Because again, you're probably past that point. But the thing about it is, if the person does not learn their lessons, you could just go on. And the love triangle may not even be somebody on their end. They could feel like there's somebody on your end, that they're being replaced. Again, with this, there was just like anxiety, triggers, and worried. This losing sleep, worried, replaying events and thinking about you. If this person knows that you're out there dating, this really, maybe they've seen stuff online, I don't know, but this could truly and genuinely concern them. And they may feel like they've lost their chance altogether. Let's see. I got a really cool deck the other day. Actually, I'm going to get a couple of these too. Bottom of the deck, truth. Imagine that. They may have a truth that they need to talk to you. This is interesting. Because for me, cactus, saguaro cactuses especially, are like a sign from the divine. And the funny thing is, this is the Cherokee talking stick tradition. And while there are Cherokee Indians here, Native Americans here in North Carolina, and they walk the Trail of Tears, they were Cherokee people. The talking stick casino is actually in Arizona. So that's interesting with the truth. I'll read that. Let's see what we've got. And we also have patience here under the Bodhi tree in northern India. So let's see. We've got truth and patience. Now, this person may have to be patient if they are in some sort of third party. Perhaps they have an obligation to this person in some way. And it could, like I said, it doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It could be a parent. And they feel responsible for, caring for their parent. And perhaps, their parent does not agree with, or whatever. They may not agree with your being together. And this person is going to have to get the cojones, though, to take their power back. Because it comes a point when our parents don't get to make decisions in our lives. And whether, they don't. You do what's best for you, period. And if they don't like it, then you know what? They'll get used to it. They'll deal with it eventually. Um, so this is okay. So meditation. I'm just gonna kind of go over this just a little bit because it's real, a real narrative. It's like we're in India in the 5th century, sitting under a Bodhi tree before the meditating figure of Buddha. We're not alone. One of the other students whispers to us, the Siddhartha Gautama was born as a prince into an aristocratic family. As a young man, he led a comfortable life, but was moved by the suffering in the world. He renounced his prosperous life for one of poverty and meditation, eventually becoming the founder of Buddhism. In fact, he became enlightened after sitting under this very tree for 49 days without moving. 49 may be significant. That boils down to a 13, which boils down to a 4. Any of those numbers could be, important to someone. Um, but this is talking about patience, right? Um, I feel like in the situation, I'm going to say this. If you are dating, continue to date. Do you, because whatever this person, these cycles, these lessons, and these triggers that this person is going, this shows like going round and round. It almost looks like going down the drain. They could have to come to their breaking point before they finally learn these lessons that the divine is like, hey, I'm trying to show you this, I'm trying to teach you this so that you can move on to a higher timeline. And this person's just going round and round, round and round and round and round and round, doing the same thing, different day, same thing, different day. And the thing about it is, people don't seem to understand that your days are numbered. Period. Just like, the number of hairs on your head, your days are also numbered. Um, so the more days that we spend doing nothing or really avoiding what we need to be dealing with by working, like just burying ourselves in work, escapism, drinking, drugging, whatever, whatever the case, smoking weed, all of it, any of it, just escaping and going to sleep, like making yourself go to sleep so you don't have to think. That's escapism. Disassociation, you know what I mean? Scrolling on your phone, it's a waste of time. There are, of course, we all do a little bit of something, but like the Buddha in this book, he sat in front of this tree for 49 days doing nothing. You know what I mean? Just really being open to the divine and the messages from the divine, and, learning what he needed to learn. Let's see. As Buddha casts his wise eyes in our direction, we can feel the depth of his serenity. He feels like he's looking into our souls. Your eyes, eye contact could be a very big thing for you and your connection. There is such an enduring stillness within him. He feels so patient with the foibles of the world, and yet very compassionate despite it all. The time traveler's message. This is a sign that patience is called for. Do not move forward. Do not make major decisions or sign contracts. Knowing will emerge. The right direction will appear. As you wait, it is not uncommon for your imagination to be sparked. Savor and mull over the information, but do not act on it just yet. You would not plant, and I used this the other day, before I got this deck, or maybe I'd gotten it the same day, something like that, but I used the same analogy that you don't drop seeds into soil, a tomato plant. And I actually use tomato plant, which it calls for, it's talking about in this book. You don't take a tomato seed and put it under the soil and dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You just know that beneath the surface, this is growing. It's taking root, but you can't keep, unearthing it to check on it. You've got to leave it alone and let it grow. So it says, you would not plant tomato seeds one night and then go shout at the earth the next morning because there were no tomatoes. Instead, you would trust that even if you can't see the results of your efforts, eventually tomatoes will appear. Whether you're waiting for an investment, a project, a relationship, or a diet to pay off, forbearance is called for. Beneath the surface, your life is transforming. You need to be patient. If others are acting badly, remember that this bad behavior comes out of fear. And you know what? The opposite of love is also fear. It's not hate, it's fear. You know what? Also, moving forward and grabbing the bull by the horns and making your life amazing. Yeah, at the other end of that, fear, giving up, not feeling worthy, not feeling good enough, feeling like you're the victim. Because when you give away your power to someone else, you lose the power to alchemize it. Okay? You lose the power to alchemize the situation and make the change necessary by giving that power away to someone else. If you're always the victim, you can't effectively change your situation. But if you see what your part is in anything, anything. You know, where did I go wrong in the situation? What did I do that I could have done differently in this situation? You know, and put these things into effect. Life would become very different because there is but one thing that you can control, and that's you and your mind. And with your mind, you create. So if you can't control yourself, but you're out here trying to control other people, what are you doing? You can't do that. You have control of but one. That's yourself. Can't control others, can't fix others, can't force others, you can't force your will, you can't fix other people and repair them because you don't want to look within. You know, you don't want to point outward like, oh, they did this and they did that when you're busted inside. And you need to be looking within to fix what's broken. You know what I mean? You can't, um, it's just, it's not a thing. When you're giving away your power or you are like focusing on things that don't belong to you that you cannot change, it's just like, you know, in recovery, give me the serenity to change the serenity prayer. Change the things that I can change. Or, I'm sorry, I should know this. I've been in recovery for a million years, but it's 2:30 in the morning and I'm tired. So essentially, it's saying that you take responsibility and fix the things that you're able to fix that are yours to change, accept things that you cannot, and the wisdom to know the difference, you know. But you can't just shuffle blame here and there and here and there and woe is me. It doesn't work that way. You're going to sit and just pity yourself in a pity party for the rest of your freaking life instead of getting off your butt and doing it. And trust me, I've been there. And this is the reason that I can so adamantly tell you that if you don't get out here and take the bull by the horns, and you're scrolling and you're blaming and you're occupying your time doing the shit that isn't going to propel you forward, you're wasting time. You're wasting time. And it may very well be time to get busy and call your power back and go after what you're being called to do, whatever that looks like. So, situation is going to need patience, right? Okay. Um, Don't look at this as a time of despairing, but one of preparing for your future to unfold. If you're willing to wait a bit, your dreams will come in the almost miraculous ways. So there is a miracle coming for you, but it is going to require some patience, guys. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about is truth. 42. Messages from the Cherokee talking stick tradition. It says, we arrive in a small Cherokee Native American village in about 2000 BCE. Oh, in what will eventually be called North Carolina in the United States. Interesting, because guess what? That's where I live, is in North Carolina. And I moved here from Arizona. Talking Stick Casino. It's in Mesa. Yeah, Mesa. Mesa? Scottsdale. I don't know. It's right in and around that area. No matter. It's close. Arizona could be a thing. Cactus could be a thing. North Carolina could be a thing. It's early morning, and we walk to a vantage point with several others to greet the sun in silence. Sun, masculine energy, in silence and with a spirit of gratitude. As we watch the sunrise, we can feel deep serenity in the hearts of these tribal members. We walk back to the village to join a council meeting where they pass a talking stick around the circle. As each person holds the stick and speaks, the elders caution them to always speak the truth. There is great power in the talking stick, and at its simple level, a decorated stick is passed around a circle of people. When someone holds the stick, other members listen in stillness without interrupting or arguing, whether in favor or in denial. The person holding the stick is free to speak their truth as others listen. As we sit with these tribal elders, we are reminded of the power of listening when it comes to knowing the truth. The time traveler's message. Sometimes the most difficult obstacle to living your truth is knowing what your truth is. There is a place within you that always understands what is for you. If you pull this card, this is a time to be starkly honest with yourself. Walk your talk, speak your truth. What is the truth about your life, your health, your career, and your life path? Listen to what it is. Listen to what is sincere and honest in others. To stride deeply into what is authentic. Be still. Imagine that you're holding a talking stick and speak directly to the Creator. This card can also indicate examining the truth about your relationships. It could be that someone is being less than honest. With the secrets, I would say so. If someone depletes your energy, this is the time to release that person from your life. Let go of situations that diminish you, even if you're afraid of being judged or rejected. It is far better to live an honest, genuine life than to try to please others to the detriment of your own truth. Your energy will soar as a result. And that's what I have for you guys. You know, this person is freaking out. They need to come and speak their truth about whatever these secrets are, but you may need to have some patience. And that's what I have for you guys tonight. And I hope that works. Well, it will work. I hope you have a good night. I'm tired. Take care. Bye, folks. See ya.